We are back. Peanut Gallery. My hand is not going to go into your camera. Take it away.
Yay, your hand is not going to go into my camera. So CMLL's 92nd anniversary is scheduled for Friday, September 19th, 2025 at an arena, Mexico.
There's no, pardon me, are there matches that have been announced?
No matches have been confirmed yet. Assume an AEW involvement of some sort because, of course, Mercedes Moné has held their women's championship hostage.
Yes.
Officially. And we have a lot of injury reports, but we also have Cedric Alexander showing up in TNA.
He made the right move.
He did.
He wanted to be in the #2 promotion in the United States, and he made the right move. Because he's seeing what else is happening with everybody.
Right.
He's going to be a fucking star here in TNA.
Oh, yeah, he is. Because they always treat their WWE guys with respect.
Also, there's the history with Cedric and Mustafa Ali. This is going to add a new wrinkle to this dynamic. Yep. I dig it. I dig it
too. But we all have to acknowledge that there were a ton of injuries. We're going to get to the most serious ones later on. But Elijah injured his left arm while attempting an Undertaker-style rope walk during the 6-man tag match.
How?
I don't know. He has a torn left tricep and is out indefinitely.
Oh, shit.
He already had surgery, so he is on the road to recovery.
God, I didn't think it was that bad.
Yeah.
I knew he had an injury. I didn't think, torn left tricep. It's like there were a lot of injuries.
There were a lot of injuries this week.
Actually, a lot of arm injuries too.
Oh, yeah, a lot of them. It's kind of weird.
It's really
They
weird.
all come in phases, right?
They really do.
They all come in clumps.
They really do.
TNA Plus, as of this past Friday, they have a free tier launch.
Cool.
On Friday, they also had they had a special live stream where they live streamed the June 26th episode of Impact for free. So
what does the free tier include?
So the free tier includes a curious selection of classic and recent. So it's just like you don't get the full library, you just get parts of it.
Okay.
And then it kind of cycles in and out.
Can you watch the TNA, like the live TNA programs?
I don't think so. But yeah, like I said, on Friday they did do a pre-screening of the Impact for the following week.
Okay.
Yeah, so I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah. What about the other thing? I'm not sure if you actually.
They are also working on a TNA 24/7 linear live stream channel. So essentially, it's going to be all TNA content for 24 hours a day.
That's really annoying. But no, because you were talking about streaming, I'm surprised you didn't bring up the NWA one, where they are actually going to be on the Roku channel.
Yeah, I mentioned that last time we were on this podcast. I did mention that.
You did?
Yes, I did.
Huh. This is what happens when we take a week off. This is what happens when shit happens and we have to take the week off.
Yeah.
Injury.
Yep, another injury.
He just came back from an injury too.
Noam Dar is injured. He had to vacate the Heritage Cup the Heritage Cup trophy. I don't think we know exactly what it is.
He just came back from an injury too.
Actually, I know what it was because I just posted it today. I think it was another arm injury.
What is with the arm injuries?
I have no idea.
This is at least the third arm injury that I'm aware of.
But yeah, it's not fun. Eddie Thorpe,
Carl Fredericks.
Yes,
same thing.
If you want to call him by his
literal actual name.
He did request his release from WWE.
Yeah, so I read a couple of tweets that he put out regarding this, and so he was upset with WWE because he did not have the ability to DJ during WrestleMania weekend. He was there, but he wasn't doing anything where anybody else could do their other ventures.
Right.
I'm fairly curious on who did ventures outside of wrestling because I am not aware of anything.
I'm not aware of anything that happened that wasn't like official WWE stuff.
Right. Like that would be the sponsor there. I mean, I don't see any reason why Eddie Thorpe was there because he didn't do anything. But also number two, if he wanted to do some DJ stuff on his own time, I don't see anything wrong with that.
No.
It's like just say, hey, don't don't promote it on your social media. Do it through the venue, and then just go by your real name. I think that would have been fine.
Yep.
This is kind of weird.
Yep. All right. So we did talk about this, but I want to make a couple clarifications. It said the spot was during the May 10th, 2023 Dynamite in Detroit. So that makes a lot more sense. That is well within the legal, filing period to file a motion.
Okay.
And it says here the lawsuit alleges simple assault and battery.
Oh, shit.
And it argued that the shove wasn't in the script and actually harmed him.
Yeah.
And then they also accused AEW of negligence. So that's kind of where all of that is coming from.
It's like, oh, crap, like assault. Well, I mean, it was. If that was something that he was not aware of ahead of time, that is assault.
Yes, it is.
And keep in mind, this guy was hired on by the building, not by AEW.
Yep. All right. Jamie Hayter is injured as well.
That's why she was written off. That's why we haven't seen her. It's like, oh, Tekla, she attacked her, and then now she's like...
Yep, that was actually a cover so that she could start the healing process.
Oh.
Yes. I don't know what the injury is, but...
Probably something with the arm.
I'm sure it is. So Mercedes Moan and Mordos are in a relationship.
I do not know why.
I don't know why either. It's kind of weird. But that does explain a lot of why the Beast Mordos was at Arena Mexico this past week and why Tony Khan wanted him to be in there. I'm pretty sure that he is stroking the dick of Mercedes Moan and
getting opportunities. It's like, is this a relationship out of love, or is this just out of he needs to be booked?
Right.
I mean, Beast Mordos, I'm going to assume that you knew better than dealing with a succubus, but whatever. It's your relationship, not mine.
It's that is going to be a messy breakup.
Yeah.
We did talk about Hook's concussion and that everyone lied about it not being a concussion. But of course, we here at Majestic Productions speak truth.
Yes.
Making pro wrestling majestic again. So Los Garzas are the AAA tag team champions,
which is really cool.
This is not something that we see very frequently, but WWE is going out of their way to give some of their stars opportunities outside of WWE.
I mean, you have Trick Williams as the TNA World Champion too.
I mean, this is something that you would never see happening under the McMahon regime.
I mean, that's not necessarily true either. Way back in the day, Dan Severn, he was NWA World Champion, and he was the UFC Super Fight Heavyweight Champion, and he was wrestling in WWE. Now that was incredibly rare because they wanted Dan Severn. Because Dan Severn is awesome.
Yep, but so the Los Garzas are the first ever WWE contracted wrestlers to win a AAA championship.
That's really cool.
So that is really cool. And then we have to talk about the unfortunate saga of Liv Morgan and her arm injury. So in case you were living under a rock, she got a dislocated arm. She dislocated her shoulder, rather, this past week on Raw. Shoulder dislocations can range. Unfortunately, it looks like this one is on the bad side.
Surgery. She's out, I think, like minimum 6 months.
16 weeks. That's how long the average recovery time is for something like this. That's 4 months. They were setting up a potential tag match, although Brie Bella has stated that she was not contacted about coming back for Evolution 2, but Liv Morgan was going to be in an angle, or the steps were put into motion for her being in an angle with Nikki Bella. Of course, with this injury, that's all kind of up in the air.
Yep.
And it's not going to happen. We don't know what's going to happen. And of course, her being one half of the women's tag team champions is going to put a very big wrinkle into things.
Right. All right. Well, that is it for news.
That's it.
When we come back, we have kind of an interesting topic, and we'll cover that here in a second.